So, as you can see from my title, you know, learn how to create peace in your life, or learn how to bring peace in your life. Learn how to bring peace to your life. Don't forget, like and subscribe, comment down below. I appreciate y'all. This really helped the video to get out into the YouTube universe. All right, like and subscribe, comment down below. I looked at people around me day in, day out, and I realized that so many people do not know how to create peace in their lives. People do not know how to be peaceful. And I understand, because it wasn't something that was taught to me earlier on in my life. And I'm looking back at my life now, and over the years I saw some pattern over the years which I changed. So I find myself more and more so, more I would say, the days, the weeks, the months, the years as they go by, I begin to attract more peace and more calm to my life. For a good portion of my life, that was not the case, and I realized that, and I know for sure there was a program there that I demolished. That program that was bringing me all this chaos and drama and all of this stuff. I figure out how to deal with it. It was a long road. It took me a long time to understand it, right? But I finally, I think I'm getting a better handle on it now as the years goes by. I think I'm learning how to, crush that program, because it needs to be crushed. That program needs to be dissolved, demolished, abolished, washed away, wiped away. I'm figuring out more and more now. By putting some things together, I know for sure that that program it's dwindling, it's going away rapidly. I think now, more so now, especially the type of programming that I'm on, the type of reprogramming that I'm doing right now. And this is like intense reprogramming right now, I'm doing right now. And I know for sure in a couple of weeks, I'll say the next 6 weeks, I should, or the next 4 weeks, I should make some leaps here, some transformation, some transformation here. That program that used to bring me all the hell and the headache and everything else, everything that I didn't want, that program brings them to me. Okay, so here I am right now. So for you who out there who are struggling, and you are just not at peace at all, and you are trying to figure out how how can I be peaceful? Is that even possible for me to become peaceful? Yes, it is. And this is something that I want a lot of you to pay attention and hear me out through this one. The drama that you see show up into your life, not by mistake, not by accident. The things that we do not want sometimes keeps on showing up, and you're wondering, why is this happening? The things that you love, that comes into your life easily, they are there. They comes into your life because you have a program that supports them. I saw how I got my programming, where a lot of drama and chaos and anger and rage and all of that stuff came to me earlier on in my life, and I was trying to figure it out, man. I was seriously wondering what was going on here, right? I was seriously wondering what was going on with me in my life. Little by little, bit by bit, piece by piece, I sort of put it together. I sort of figure out I am now a peaceful human being. Okay, I know exactly what I did for me to get to where I am right now. You can do it too. Something called peace. Okay, I know this seems like it seems foreign to you right now because that's how it seems to me for a long time. Believe me. Oh man, I could get triggered easily by almost anything. Not quite understanding what was really going on there. Okay? Looking back now, I saw how I downloaded that program. Okay? Alejandro! Hi, how are ya? So, you can be peaceful, but you're gonna have to do some things here. You cannot sit down where you are. Oh, maybe if you're one of those Buddhist type. Okay? Hey, Sonny. So maybe if you're one of those Buddhist type, you might can sit down on your couch inside your house and meditate, and or you can just go down to the river, sit down, meditate, and you'll be fine. I'm not like that. I have to get moving in the right direction. I cannot sit down where I'm at and expect to find what I'm looking for. I didn't even know what I really want, and then but as the years goes by, I realized that what I truly wanted was to be at peace with myself, peace from within. The rest of the world has to match my vibration. They have no choice. I gave them no choice but to match my vibration. The image that I hold of myself. That's it. You come into my space, into my vibration, you're gonna have to cooperate and abide by the energy I'm giving off. Okay? So you have no, I don't give people any type of reasons. I think that I don't think that's the right word. But anyways, when you come into my, once you come into my vibration, I'm in control of it. I'm controlling my vibration. So you don't get to dictate how I behave. I'm gonna dictate how you behave when you come into my vibration. All right. So some things I notice myself kind of not doing anymore, so which I'm proud of. It's not to go back and forth with anybody. I don't need to argue with you. I don't need to raise my voice. I don't need to go back and forth. I just don't. I would always prefer to just leave the stuff where it is. It is what it is. Let it go. Done. Okay. That's it. Not gonna argue with you. I don't need to argue with you at all. I don't need to fight with you either. Okay? Because I dictate how you are in my vibration now. I'm in control. And you're gonna abide by how I live or how I behave. So for a very long time, I used to let people come into my vibration, and I allowed them, to cause all types of trouble for me, because I allow it. I didn't have to respond to those people. I didn't have to react to them. But I did not know how to manage my vibration, my energy, my frequency. I didn't know how to manage those. But over the years, I healed up. I went through the personal growth process, personal growth journey, personal development journey. I went through that and I healed up. I'm still healing. There are a few things that still come into my mind here and there, but they are not as powerful as how they used to be. Okay, but they are still there, and I'm still working to rid myself of them, and they will be gone. Believe me, they won't stick around forever. But finding peace within yourself, it's not really complicated. I believe the program that you downloaded from age 1 to 7, that's the program that has been running your life ever since. That program hasn't changed yet. Until you change that program and rewrite it like I'm doing right now. I am putting in the work intensely right now to change that program because it has to go. Right? I'm not gonna live with it because that program has caused me a lot of pain. It has cost me friendships, relationships. All right. And I did not know at the time. I wish I would have known what I know now. I could have kept those friendships, kept those relationships. I could have. I could have. But I didn't. But I didn't know what to do. And that's the reason why back in 2013, when this thing here really kicks in, and I was just running from the program now. I was a repeat of everything that I've learned throughout the years. That's what's going on there. I did not know. I was one of the most miserable person during that time. The tension reduces when I start, when I quit my job and go to a new job. But it was not. Hi, Trevon Keller. How you doing? Right. So I did not know, how to really take care of, my own, my own problems. I didn't know how to fix my own problems that I have at the time. So quit my job, head to another job working there, and it was like after like a year and a half, I start feeling the same thing again. So I knew that I need to do something about this. I need to change this. Okay. Then I decided. Then I came across something by accident. By the way, by accident. I'm not sure how the universe works sometimes, but it works. But the moment I saw this thing called personal development, it's like boop, light bulb comes on, and these guys are talking about how to change your life and transform your life. And I think I was on, I forgot, but I was right at that stoplight in another city. I could remember right where I was, and I was listening to Les Brown, a motivational speaker, and he said, all those decisions that you made 5 years ago, those decisions that you made are affecting you now in this at this time. And it's true. When I look back, even 10 years ago, when I look back at the time when he was talking, all the things that I did, the way how I did them, led me to where I was at the time. Now it's time to change now. Time to right the wrongs, so to speak. So, pack my stuff up. And hey, Christy, how you doing? I remember how angry I was at the time with myself, knowing that I could have be better than how I was at the time, and I did not do the things that I need to do. Nobody taught me anything really. I remember one day, this guy, we were friends at the time. I was friends with him at the time, and he said something. He said nobody taught me anything. And when I look around him, it's true. There was nobody there to tell him anything. So, henceforth, the guy didn't really learn what he's supposed to learn. All right. In my case, it was pretty much the same. There were no coaches, gurus, all this stuff that you see they have now, life coaches, and all this stuff, trainers and personal development. This stuff wasn't there, folks. These are more recently here that these things started pop up all over the internet now. Since YouTube came in back in 2009, I believe, when YouTube, 2008, 2009, when YouTube came out, and around say, and these things weren't start popping up yet until like later on, because I used to be on YouTube, and not much of this stuff was out there. Okay, so at the time, you know, was time to change now. Like I said, there was nobody, no, there were no one to tell me what was really going on. And when I got up from the, when I got up, grabbed my stuff, tossed them in the car, head to the next city, didn't even have a place to stay. But I said, I'll figure it out. From making that move, being homeless for a little while, trying to figure it out, from making that move led me to where I am right now. Of course, it took years for everything to really play out the way how it does. And I start to look back at everything, and I realized that, what if I didn't make those moves? And I should have made that move long time ago to this, to this city here, and I waited too long, and I got it handed to me, because the universe was like, when I tell you to do something, you need to do it. Okay? I didn't, and I suffered tremendously from not making that move when I supposed to. Okay? So after sitting down and I look back at everything, and I realized that there are some things I was doing. When you get that voice inside of you, you gotta listen to it. It's telling you something. Either it's telling you to do something, or it's telling you to not to do something. One or the other. Whenever this voice tells me to do something and I don't do it, I suffered. When it tells me to not do something and I do it, I suffered tremendously. Painful. And the pain lasted longer than I wanted. So I'm very careful now. I am going by what my intuition tells me. Okay? Of course, sometimes I'm going to have to override it in certain cases. Like if I want to jump off in some cold water and it's giving me BS telling me that no, I'm going to go into the cold water. I'm going in there. All right? Different. If I want to take a cold shower and it's telling me not to, the warm water is better, no. Okay? Stuff like those. I would override it then. But in certain situations where I'm getting the nudges, those nudges are strong, are telling me, don't do that. And I do it anyways. I'm telling you. It's painful. So listen to that voice inside of you as well. You can avoid getting yourself into situations, entangled with certain people, cause you tremendous amount of pain. Be careful. And don't wait around for too long either. Get up and go. It's best if you have the trouble while you are moving. It's less painful that way. But when you sit down in one spot for a long time, it's too painful. When the pain hits you and you are moving, hey Ruth, how you doing? Ruthless Ruth. Yeah, you got a badass name. You know that? Right on. So when this pain strikes, or when the adversity hits, it's best if you are moving. Right? You lessen the blow that way. Right? So what I needed at the time was peace. All is well. Life is great. I can't complain. And there's no reason to, except for we need some moisture over here in our state, but not happening right now. So fingers crossed, we'll get some massive snow later on. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, of course. But hope all is well with you and your loved ones down there in Florida. Right? Yeah. So yes, exactly, Ruth. You gotta keep moving. Anytime the adversity hits and you are moving, it lessens the pain. Anytime you like in one spot, oh God, it's tremendous amount of pain. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, it's cold here, but I don't think it's cold enough for us to get snow. I think that's what's going on here. It's still warm to a degree where, the snow is not falling. Yeah. Right? So that's what's going on here, folks. So it was time for me to create peace into my life. I did not know what I was doing. It's years later when I look back, I realized what I was actually doing. And there was a huge, there was, I think the aha moment came when I realized that what I did, I revived my dream. And I noticed once I figure out, or once when it dawned on me that, listen to these gurus, and they said, you can become better than how you are. What? How do I do that? And they were like, okay, there are some things you have to do here. One of the first things they recommend, go to the gym. That's one of the first things that these gurus recommend, at least the good ones. They recommend go to the gym. Okay? If the guy's gonna tell you to go sit around and fool around and do what? No. Get active. First thing, get active. Get in shape. It raises your vibration, raises your frequency, your energy. You are stronger. You feel more powerful. Okay? And of course, my favorite, put on your running shoes, hit the pavement, start running. Combine those two together. Hybrid fitness works magic for you. Okay? Running is therapy for me. I don't believe I can live without running. I run every single day because I love the feeling that I got after I finish running. Running changes my life. So, all the things that I was doing over the years created peace for me. And then I came here to this state here. I found myself in a beautiful community. I blend in nicely with them. And of course, I worked on myself to make sure that I flow with the energy of the community. It's very peaceful here. So I bring more. So I try to make sure that I stay peaceful. A couple of times I thought I was gonna have a boxing match with with a couple of guys. That didn't happen. Thank goodness. But now I know better now. Now I know how to stay out of that orbit, out of that frequency, right? I know how to stay outside of it now, so that way I don't get sucked in, and I don't get pulled into the chaos and the drama. I reduce the drama and the tension in my life, especially over the past year and a half. I work extremely hard for the past year and 4 months to make sure that I stay out of the drama. So I don't necessarily have drama like that, right? I stay out. I stay away from the drama. So the things that helps me to create peace. One, I listen to my intuition. That's one. When they tell me to move, I grab my stuff and I move. Right? When it tells me not to get involved in something, or it's time to end something and I don't, I suffered. Okay? So those are things that you can, on your own, in your own situation, you can apply. Look at it. Is this thing feels right? No, it doesn't. Don't do it. Or you can do it just for the experience, so you can learn from it. That's fine too. Because I think sometimes we need to get burned sometimes so we can learn. Okay? Me sitting down here telling you what not to do, it's not gonna help you. You need to put yourself in a situation so it can hurt you, and it needs to be extremely painful. Painful to the degree where you've been like, yeah, I don't want to, I don't want to have another situation like that. It hurts too bad. It's too painful. You need that experience. You need that painful experience so you can learn. Okay? Because experience is your best teacher a lot of times. But after you have that experience once, twice, maybe three times, come on, you gotta wake up now and get wiser. And so move to a new city, move to a new apartment, a new house, however. But I think you need to do some moving around, right? And you need to revive your dream. You got to get out your pen and a piece of paper and write that down. There are some things. This girl, Kimmy Werner, that I follow, the Hawaiian chick, fisherman, spear fisherman chick up there in Hawaii. And her dad used to take her down to the ocean, and he would dive and go get fish for them and so forth. And later on in life, that feeling came back to her, and she needs to go back to the ocean because that's where her passion was, her love was. And look at her now, traveling all over the world, doing all this spearfishing stuff, speaking and so forth, because she followed that. She stayed with it. It took her, I don't know, like 6 years before she even started making any money. But it took her years before she became a success. Okay? Now she's big time. Right? Okay? So, look, maybe something that you love doing when you're growing up. Traveling was the thing for me all these years. It was just traveling. That's what I want to do. I just want to travel the freaking planet. I just want to go. And I noticed when I wasn't doing that, how miserable I was. That has changed now. I'm starting to see now. I think in January, I believe I'm going up to Utah in January. I'm going up there for a run in Utah. It's a 30-mile run. But I just want to travel and run. I love running. I just want to go do some running. I could care less if I win the race or not. I'm not there for that. I'm just there for the heck of it. So I can go run and, enjoy the scenery, beautiful scenery that's out there. Okay? So those are the things that help me revive your dream. That's one. You got to do that. And that will ease the anger, the resentment, the bitterness that you feel towards your job and towards the environment you live in. Revive your dream, reduce that anger, that hatred, that bitterness, because it's there for a reason. It's because you want to do something and you cannot get to do what you want to do. You don't feel like you are free. Burst out of that shell, out of that bubble you are in. Break out of the shell, open it up, and walk out into freedom. Only you can do this. Nobody's gonna do it for you. All right? And get in shape, run workout, and you need to reprogram your mind. You got to put in the work, man. You gotta put in the work. The work needs to be, do it. You gotta do it. You gotta reprogram your mind. Has to be done. Has to be done. Day in, day out. Every single day you get up. I want you to work on the mind every single day. Right? So that was a lovely session. And that's how you find peace. That's why I just laid out the process, how you find peace there. How you create peace within yourself, inside yourself. Create peace in your life. You want the people around you to love you and respect you. Becoming peaceful is one way how to do that. So much strength, so much power comes with being at peace. All right? So, Once you discovered how to create peace in your life, you're gonna see how powerful you become. You're gonna see how people just naturally gravitate towards you, because they want some of that. And guess what? You give them a whole bunch of it, and guess what happened? They return it. They give you a whole bunch of it back. You can't get too much of it. Believe me. In the little town that I live in here, it's like, and I'm black, by the way, as you can see. The town is majority white. I have been treated respectfully, fairly, not because I'm some special type of guy, but because I possess something exceptional, right? And it's called learning how to deal with people. I'm good with them. I am good with people. Put them around me, and I guarantee you we're gonna become good friends. Now these days, be careful how you become friends with me, because once you come into my life, you are not leaving. It's like the mafia. Once you come in, you ain't getting out. Okay? I'm good like that. I love people. That's my biggest strength all these years. People has always been my biggest strength. Okay? And I treat them respectfully, and I learn over the years, because I made some mistakes in earlier in my life. I'm like, oh man, if I have this skill, this information, this knowledge, I would have locked those people in. Great people, but I let them escape out of my life, run away from me, because I did not know certain things. Now I know what to do now. You come in, hey, Stacy, Susie, John, Kyle, Colt, Connor, you guys come in. I'm telling you, man, you ain't leaving, bro. So forget about the rest of your friends. Only me now, okay? All right. Okay then, folks. Ryan here with a new video. Ruth, appreciate you. Thank you very much for being on. It's good, always good seeing you showing up here. I hope all is well with your loved one, and I'm pretty sure we'll probably run into you. I was gonna say Happy New Year, but I might run into you again before the New Year. So take care, and you have a good night. Don't forget, folks, like and subscribe and comment down below. More people need to see these videos, so that way they can better themselves. Become peaceful, become calm, become joyful, become loving, become caring, become kind, become more compassionate. Put these things back into your life. They have been long gone. I know why they left, but we don't care how they left. We only care right now how to reinstate them back into your life. Become beautiful again, become wonderful, become joyful. All right, become peaceful. Ryan here with a new video. Looking forward to see you soon, a brand new video. Guys, have a good night. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.